Good evening, everyone. Tonight I thought I'd show you how I'm trying to incorporate the first few bars of a few of the Chopin Etudes into my technique after I do my King finger exercises, just to sort of help to open up the hands and get them familiar with those pieces so that someday I'll tackle them and be able to play them, but they're not easy. So the first one would be the black note etude, and a couple of the pointers that I'm trying to think of is I'm trying to think of the tip of the finger. Think of GST. Gravity is the G, and you want to use gravity, and you don't want to push. But if you can think of a puff of air under the wrist and send it up and then let that be what drops, then you're using gravity. Think of a strong fingertip. That end joint has to be strong. And then just have that little bit of movement in the wrist all the time, that it's free always, and the elbow's free. And that way you'll get a good tone, you get a nice articulation with a relaxed arm. But to play it really quietly, and that's another way I can practice these etudes, the starts of them, is to think of going down, depressing the key slowly, all the way through, that then when I'm in the bottom of the key, I can feel the support of the key. I'm relaxing the hand and going down slowly, and then I'm leaning on the key and finding support in it. And then I can feel that the next one is there for support when I play down from the knuckle, and just feel that balance of the weight in the keys, the balance of your arm on each note. So if I take the black note etude, if I go really, really slowly, so it's when it goes fast, or with a pedal, you know, it gets really virtuoso. But to keep it slow, tons of work to do even at that speed. So I do uneven practice, all the different ways. I'll do the jackhammer practice where I repeat the note 4 times, then I repeat and go through the say a group of 6 notes. Then I'll go through it 3 times on each note, 2, 1, 2, 3, and back up to 4. It's an excellent way to get it into your hands, and then practice dum, da-dum, da-dum, and da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. By the time you've done that, you've created muscle memory in the fingers, and they'll know what notes to play. But just play it block group. When you think of it as the whole triad, then you'll know what you're playing. But as I say, try to feel that the wrist is movable, and try to feel that you're thinking about how fast you're coming down on each key. And use rotation of the wrist like that. Because if you just do it with the fingers, you're going to be tight. You need the relaxed elbow. You need gravity. You need the steel tip. You need to balance. So that's that one. And then you don't have to do much of it. Maybe do the first sentence of it. And then the butterfly etude. If I go, it's like G flat major, so just think of the 5 black keys plus 1 of the white. So let's see now. I'm trying to feel the weight in that firm fingertip, that strong fingertip. Think of scratching the key with your finger for each note, and then you'll be in. So big butterfly one. And you'll want it light when it goes fast. So to keep it slow for now, just to feel that the weight is actually coming all the way through. And you're not just, even when you play soft, a lot of people think you can be on the surface of the key, but that doesn't fly, and you don't know whether the note's going to be too loud or what it is. Sometimes the action is uneven, it's loose. This way, when you can lean into it like that and balance on each one, then you're going to be much more sure of what's coming out of the piano. And you can have that snap in your finger and hear the clarity. That's pulling it in and then dipping down in the wrist. And That's a good one. And then there's the harp etude. Now there, think about the speed you want that key to go down. Have the tip firm. Know that that upper fifth finger knuckle isn't going to sink on you. And then it's going to sing when you can relax into the key. Relax the hand and just sort of lean into the key a little bit. And then, or slower down. You see, I've got a good solid footing in that key. Elbows rotating around like that, and it helps to keep the arms free and loose so that your tone isn't in any way ugly. But it needs slow practice where you're articulating every finger, and that's what I need to do tons of. But so I'd really go like count up to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then when it flows and you have that circular motion, you're not afraid to lean into the finger and relax the hand on it because you know the tip of the finger is firm and solid. And another one's the winter wind. It's the first page is the first line is so important to go in slowly. See that the key goes down slowly. Dive right through to the floor, but the tip is firm, so and feel with the flesh of the finger. Is hard, and what it is just doing is a chromatic scale on the top, and in between each of those notes there's another note of a triad, like of the A minor triad. So so on. So use the rotation of the wrist. Don't think of lifting the fingers too high, just try to be over the next note all the time. It's not easy, so. I don't know the notes. I have to practice it a lot. But I'm trying to incorporate that in my practicing so that I can. No. It's a fun one to practice once you get it. Just like the revolutionary etude is fun too when you. Yeah. Gotta lean into everyone. I have to practice that one too. But they're fun and they're exhilarating once you get into them and work on them. So again, with that one, I'd keep it really slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it would go somewhere else. memorize the notes. Right now I've just been going with the memory and it's not good enough. I need to articulate on each finger. It's as though there's a dance floor halfway down in the key, and I dive right through to the floor, but the finger balances, plays deep on that dance floor, and then I've got a solid articulation for every single note. So, and then this is an etude too of Chopin. You wouldn't know it to begin with because the hard part is further into it, but and as far as the tempo of that piece, Chopin first put it faster. He wanted allegro but not too, and then he changed it to lento, which is slowly but not too slowly, so non troppo. Because he's thinking back to Poland, where he was so happy for the first 20 years of his life, and so if you drag it way down, it's not the intention of the composer, and he really wants it faster than I recorded it the last time I played it last night. So if I do it the tempo that he wrote, it's more like. Section. That's the part that's the real etude. So study for that piece is not easy at all. But anyway, I thought that I'd show you a couple of the ideas of playing pieces that are actually demanding your hands move faster. There's a chap on the internet, he's Polish, his name is Glenn, and I'll spell the last name, Niemczuk. And he's an incredible teacher. And if you can ever get a chance to look up to Google some of his YouTube videos, I would think you cannot lose with him. He's recording all of the Chopin works, and he's doing tutorials on each of the etudes. So it's very encouraging to know that you can get advice out there on those difficult pieces. But work for slow practice and work to articulate every note. So, like, right into it, see if I miss one, that's no good. No good. See what I mean? You have to really. Where the key rebounds you off and you're just relaxed and gravity brings you back down. It's the way to practice it is to go slow and articulate every finger and feel that you're resting the hand in that key and then be over the next note. Anyway, I hope that gives you some ideas. Have a good night.